back to my house. School is out for food full of things to grade, but I have stuff here, so it's not full. I promise you, it's not. But it has. I have things, and I have things I really need to be doing at my house, like renovations. I mean, I keep putting it off because life, right? Um, and the weather, I'm trying to keep an eye out on the weather. So the weather, it's been an unusually warm month for November, right? And I really need to get my kitchen going, like for real. So hopefully next week I need to really make some efforts to do that, get it going a little bit further along the way. I haven't even bought a faucet. I mean, at least I need to get the sink up. So at the very least. Um, so I just left the apartment, heading over to my house to get stuff. Like I spend the weekend over there because it's easier. I can sleep in a little bit and make sure my brother gets his medication. So I switched his medicine back from the more intense anxiety medication with the allergy medicine. So I made a switch. And now he's feeling and acting, seeming much better. So the side effect of the anxiety medicine activates his mental illness. Okay. So I mentioned this in another video. Unfortunately, my brother has schizoaffective disorder, and any kind of I'm trying to think, stressor that might make him upset kind of activates his mental illness. Now, even when he's happy, I think he still is having symptoms, but at least he's pleasant, okay? And he's not fearful. So while he might be happy seeming, at least he's not fearful and having like really bad side effects. Um, yeah, that makes sense. So yeah, he's pleasant. He was asking about a package when I came in, and he has a bad habit of not greeting me. So I had to remind him, like, hi, you greet me, not where's my package, or I need to go down there and get my package. So there's that. So I brought him a little bit of groceries, that I could, knowing that I'm gonna be over there tonight, and I don't need him like being weird and hungry. So I need to feed him some things. Most of the food is frozen, and he eats a lot. Okay, all right. So yeah. So I brought him some fresh food, vegetables, and fruit, and he, asked about a package that was delivered. So I was like, okay, let's go down there and check. So this is one of the things that could potentially stress him, um, having to talk to people. Like it's been getting better, so he knows a lot of the same people down there in the clubhouse, basically the apartment management team. So he knows what they look like. He has talked to them before. Sometimes, depending on the situation, he might glitch out and might not be a good day for him. It seems like today is a good day for him, even being patient. So we went down there. They're busy because it's the end of the month, and it looks like that they were trying to show some apartments or get some paperwork signed for some people that look like they're about to start renting at the building. And so I walk into the mailbox, the mail room. There's a mail room, and then there's like this other thing, which I guess I need to go ahead and sign up for, where other packages like from Amazon get delivered into these lockers. So, because they're bigger. So he usually can get somebody from the management team to open up the locker for him. So everybody is busy. like I said, just dealing with other people, as in trying to, interview, get some paperwork done, and all this other stuff. So we go in there. I open up our mailbox, which is smaller. It's like, just like a little slot, just gets paper stuff. And he did have a package there. I already was aware that he had ordered some cookies from Amazon. So those went into that mailbox. And that was actually kind of helpful because he was starting to show some anxiety, but not a lot, like having to wait. Um, so the cookies was kind of a stall for him, and that was good. So that having him wait a little bit, he put on some music on his phone, into his headphones, and he showed me the video he was watching and listening to. So I was like, okay. And then he wanted to go into the coffee shop for a little bit, and I was like, okay. So I walked in there with him, and I don't know if he was trying to get me to buy him something, but I told him, look, I only have my car keys, my keys to the mailbox right now. I don't have any money, because he is slick. Okay, so he might be mentally ill, but he's not. Like, he likes to eat. Okay, um, so yeah, I didn't have any money, and that's what I told him when we went to the counter. So he just asked for water, and so he got a cup of water, and then we walked back into the other part, the lobby, and it seemed like he was kind of like, I'm kind of tired of waiting, even though he wasn't being weird about it. I can kind of tell he was just kind of like, yeah, yeah, whatever. And I was like, okay, so let's go upstairs. And so we went back up to the apartment. And that's also where, again, he seemed really pleasant. He talked about, I, I knew that he had kind of thrown away his money card a couple of months ago, but he still had the number, and he was still ordering things online. Okay, so I had known. I just never, confronted him about it, because he would ask me things like, "Oh, can you do this? Can you do that?" And I was like, "Well, where's your card?" He's like, "I threw it away." I was like, "Okay, well." So he had been still using the number on the card, but he never like put it on Google Pay. And I kind of wish I had done it, but then again, it is what it is. Because he's been asking me now for a couple of weeks to put his bank card number on Google Pay. And I'm like, well, if you have the number, then I can do it. But he threw the card away. We don't like Amazon like that, okay? We don't like Amazon like that. So, hey, stealing money from disabled people, basically, Amazon. All right, so yeah, so I'm gonna order him a new bank card so he can. Oops, I know I am losing. Like, I don't know. The other thing I noticed, I'm gonna get off too. He is now using his phone and the voice recorder as a tool for memory, and I'm glad. I'm glad he's finally starting to figure this out. Like, he would write things on paper. There's that. But now he's starting to do that with a voice recorder, because I think sometimes he doesn't believe um, what he writes down, you know? So if it's in his own voice while he's feeling clear and he listens back to it, then he knows, like, this is the real me versus this is the other not me. Okay? So, yeah. So I'm feeling a lot more, I guess, settled about that, but he does have a doctor's appointment on Monday. Today is Friday, y'all. I did ask my friend. That's the other thing I kind of wanted to talk about. So, I told her, and she's a nurse friend and a friend, and I told her that, yeah, I set him up for another doctor's appointment. The last one didn't go well at all. He ran away and this and that, blah blah blah. So she knows the situation, and so in that moment, I don't like complaining, and it feels like complaining sometimes, but I'm not really. That In that moment though, she was like, well, if you need me to come down and help you with him at the doctor's appointment, let me know. And I'm thinking to myself, it's like, it's Monday morning, 8 o'clock. Actually, if you really think about it, 7:30 in the morning. She used to live in the neighborhood, but she literally lives 20 to 30 miles away in Atlanta, on the other side of Atlanta. So I already know. Like, I don't, I'm having feelings. This is something that I would do inner work on, quite honestly. Like asking for help. So there's a couple of things in that. The asking for help and the, I know, not denying somebody to help if they're really wanting to help. Okay. So I tend to do that. Okay. Hi, Magneticus. Okay, I don't know what just happened, but my screen just went a little dark. Let me see if I can fix that. I don't know what happened there. All right. Yeah, because I was like, I can't read it in the. Okay, hi. Yeah, so that's a thing that it's been a lifelong thing about asking for help or receiving help. And so she's offering the help as a nurse because she used to be an ER nurse and she's still a nurse, but she's not in the emergency room anymore. But she understands, patients who are irate and do, stuff. Um, and she knows my brother, since he's moved here with me. And so she offered, but, in my the thing I need to do inner work on, in that moment, I kind of didn't really believe her, and it's because I've had experience where people will say something and I know they really don't mean it. And they're saying it just to to be it sound good. But then again, I'm assuming things, right? I'm making assumptions. That's the reason why I need to do inner work on this. So my impression, let me say it this way. My impression, when people say that they want to help and offer or they volunteer to help somebody, my impression is that they're only saying it in the moment because it sounds like it's the right thing to say. Okay? I don't know if they truly mean what they're saying because sometimes we live in a world where people just say what sounds good, whether you actually do it or not. I try not to be that kind of person. And I don't like it when people are those kind of people. And quite honestly, I would prefer if people don't want to help, don't help. If you say you're gonna do something, I try kind of would expect you to do it, right? If you don't want to do it, guess what? It's okay as well. Okay? Yeah, exactly. It's like do what you say what you're gonna do, or don't say anything. It's okay. I think a lot of times there are people who are people pleasers who, again, they'll say the thing even though they don't really want to do it. It's like, but they're saying it because they think, well, I guess I'm supposed to say that. I guess I'm supposed to be a good friend. How about no? You don't have to. And I'm definitely one of those people where if you don't want to do it, then don't do it, friend. But just don't like, put smoke up my booty. It's talking about you're going to do something and you really don't and you really won't. Okay. And I've been around a lot of people like that for so long that, yeah, it makes it hard for me to trust people, even though I kind of want to. And when she said that, and that was like a few days ago, I instantly was thinking, like, she's not going to want to do this. So, what I ended up doing, though, this morning, this morning, I sent her a text message. I gave her an update on him, on, some things because she had asked me about medically about him. And then I said, um, it would be nice if you're offering to come and help me with him at his doctor's appointment. That was one text. And then I immediately, right after that, sent another text saying, but if it's too much of a hassle, no big deal, no worries, which is true. Okay? So I hate that I would have to say it like that, but I kind of have to say it like that. It's like, well, if you're truly, and I mean, if I would say it, if I really want to say it the way I want to say it, I would have said, if you're being for real, then be for real. If you said that you want to help, then here's the help. Here's the opportunity to help. If you were just, if you're just saying it, just because it sounded good. Don't, I really want to tell people that, sometimes, and it happens so often in our lives where people, they're lying. They're lying when they say, "Oh, I'll be there." They're lying. I wish there was a safe, neutral way to let people know. It's like, you know what? You don't have to lie. If you don't want to come, then don't come. And then they get all like, oh, but, people get weird. It's no big deal, you know? And like I said, that was the one thing that was on my mind in some spiritual inner work I probably need to be doing and working on. Because it's been a trend throughout my life where it makes it hard for me to ask for help because most times people offer help when they really don't mean what they're saying. And I know they don't mean what they're saying. Okay, as a Scorpio, as a Scorpio, I know they don't mean it. They don't mean it. Okay. All right, so I'm going to go. It is a little after 5 p.m. on this part of the world. And yeah, like I said, I have things back here I need to unpack. And I need to go get my like overnight bag or whatever, and maybe some snacks or something for tonight. And yeah, gonna hang out with my brother until he goes to sleep. All right, y'all. So, but for the most part, yeah, he's running out of medicine. So that's the other thing. It's like I have to get him to a doctor. I gotta get him somewhere, or I gotta start. If he's, I'll just say this before I go seriously. If he's starting to improve in health and wellness and awareness, I can start teaching him how to ask for the things that he needs so he can be doing this. Not to say that he shouldn't, but because of the laws and HIPAA and all this other stuff, that's what's been making it so hard. He couldn't speak for himself. He does not know how to do any of this stuff. Like, he's never known how to do any of this stuff. Okay? So, but he's teachable. He still needs an occupational therapist, you know? And, yeah, I'm on the East Coast, Eastern Standard Time. But yeah, it's like, I want to teach him to be his best self. And I told him that this morning, where it's like, I want you to, have the best possible health. And, I think he believes that. I think he knows that. And I don't want to keep at him nagging when it comes to like mental health. But yeah, it's a thing, y'all. But anyway, I'm going to go. I'm going to unpack and repack. And see you later. Take care. Okay. The kids, my students, yeah, they're interesting. They're a trip. This last week, they don't listen. They don't listen, y'all. All right. Take care. Bye.